our favourite Eastern European shooter and models in the UK to go for our smallest deer.
I just got it!
It's Michaelka. In news, country folk are bagging up their best shooting coats to send to refugees in the Syrian winter. Rob Gearing is talking about Salt and two 12-year-old boys are shooting Ritz Crackers. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. Michaela is a controversial girl, shooting lions in Africa and romping through the Czech press at home as well as the UK's Daily Mail. Today she's after the uncontroversial Muntjac and maybe a fallow, and she is going out with one of the country's top Muntjac merchants, stalker Paul Childerley. We are on ground in Hertfordshire and Michaela is staying uncharacteristically quiet as we stalk the woodland margins on this family-owned estate. It doesn't take long and we're on to one. It is an awkward shot. We disturb two fallow. They're bucks, so Michaela doesn't take that shot. Now, with the fallow out of the way, nothing can stop her excitement bubbling over.
I just got it!
Okay, what did you get?
The Muntjac buck.
Michaela and Paul have only just met, so how does Paul know that a client like her can shoot straight?
That's the beauty of having Facebook. You can check somebody out before they come hunting, see how much they hunted before, because it just makes your life so much easier when they're confident with a rifle, and also when you give somebody a rifle, straight away they pick it up correctly, they know how it works. You can tell who's a hunter and not a hunter. And that was a good shot, brilliant shot that was. So well done.
I want to try to eat it. Will you cook it for me?
So have you seen a deer like this before, Michaela? What is it?
No, never. That's why I was dreaming about this one, and that's why I messaged you. I want a Muntjac because I've seen them only on the Facebook, and I was jealous on the hunters who already had one. So now I'm really happy because I also have one, and I really wonder how it tastes like.
Look at them.
Yeah, I need a trophy. I need a mounted like you have.
Yeah, shoulder mount. Yeah. They're always in thick bushes, thick cover. And they never break across the field, so they're always, and they're so alert compared to the Chinese in the row. Their senses are, I think, phenomenal. So, yeah, and especially when there's more than one of you hunting them, they're difficult. They're clever little guys.
We walk to another patch of woodland, and Michaela spots another culinary delight.
These, you think?
Yeah.
Magic mushrooms.
Yeah. Eat it.
No, thank you.
I think it's a magic mushroom.
Magic.
Who's gonna eat it? We will see a lot of deers, I guarantee you.
Paul is in a spin about the pheasants here. Too much deer stalking disturbs them. He talks to Phil, the gamekeeper who runs the pheasant shoot.
There ain't much fallow out here, and I don't want to push all these woods out. You got anything up your end that's out in the fields or whatever?
It turns out he does, and he agrees to come and pick us up. Paul and Michaela have a special commission to shoot a fallow for the freezer of the family that owns the place. We need a vehicle to get us to the other end of the estate. While we walk back to the track, Michaela says how similar this is to deer hunting at home in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, well, it's kind of similar, but we don't have a Muntjac. So, but yeah. I hunt in the Czech Republic also. We walk a lot, sometimes we sit on a high seat. It's up what mood do you have, but yeah, it's kind of similar with the Czech Republic hunting. In Czech Republic people like a tradition, so they usually put a branch on its mouth, which means something like last meal, and it's some kind of a respect for animal. I don't know if you guys doing it here.
We have time to take lots of photos of Michaela's first Muntjac before Phil arrives. He drives us until we find a deer to stalk into. It doesn't take long. And down it goes. The shot sends yet more fallow scuttling. Paul shot this one. He does not feel he had to work hard for it.
Maximum reward for minimum effort, basically.
Michaela is on a photography mission. Trophy is much more important in the Czech Republic than in the UK. Paul sets up the animal for a photo in the way that his clients usually like.
Mum and baby.
Yeah, God.
This is what the Daily Mail's going to say. You've got the mummy and the baby. Michaela says the Muntjac stalking experience is similar to a kind of stalking she knows well.
It reminds me roe deer hunting. They're like small animals. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's like hunting roe deer. You can stalk them, you can call them, and you can sit in a high seat and wait for them. So yeah.
It was very hard, you know.
Okay.
I had to wake up in the morning and put the makeup on. You know.
Now let's take a break from deer. There's another good reason to bring Michaela and Paul together. They're both champion kickboxers. So, back at the shooting lodge Paul keeps for his guests, they agree to put the gloves on and show off.
Oh, WPKA, ISDO and some else.
Can you compete with that?
Yeah, WPKA, WMA, yeah.
So you're basically about
the same sort of level.
They start sparring. They are being ultra careful, so I have added some sound effects to make it more exciting. So have we concluded who is the best fighter?
Honestly, he's man, so I would have to kick his balls in the right time and have a luck, and then he's done, and if I don't get it.
It makes your eyes water. Now it's the following morning. Paul and Michaela are in Bedfordshire, where he is going to take her out after Britain's other small deer, a Chinese water deer. The Muntjac got a strong reaction from the world when Michaela posted the photos on Facebook. People all over the planet wanted to know what it was and where it came from. And of course, how could she be so cruel to shoot such a little one? Michaela is expecting even more from the CWD.
Oh, they will say it's baby because it's a small deer, it's a very small deer. Smaller than a roe deer, and I got the troubles with a roe deer because it's a baby. At least Daily Mail said it's a baby, so we will see what they're gonna say about Chinese water deer.
Despite the chance of media hysteria, it's a beautiful morning and the deer are standing out in the fields. Michaela and Paul are soon crawling into place for a shot at a cull buck. But there's a problem. There is a man wheeling his bicycle across the field. It spooks the deer and Paul gets on the phone to the landowner to find out if it's a trespasser.
Okay, of course, right. There you go.
It turns out it's fine, but it means Paul has to rethink his stalking strategy. He takes us up another hedgerow on these big fields. Glassing ahead, and Paul spots not one but two animals next to each other. To get into the right place for a safe shot means a crawl into the ditch. It's a longer drop than Paul expects. The problem now is that the animals are lying down. Paul tries to make them stand up, but they have already been disturbed by an unexpected bicyclist, and this is too much for them. Happily, Paul spots another one further away under a hedge. The landowner wants a significant reduction in numbers, so any animal is a good animal. It's another good shot, proving that Michaela can hit them from a distance. Michaela is happy, but she would have preferred a buck.
Yeah, like a big thief. I need a male, you gotta find me a male.
Michaela has had a good couple of days with Paul. 2 outings, 3 deer and, well, a submission. Keeping her warm all the way through is this film's sponsor, clothing company Shooter King. And if you want to go stalking with Paul, visit childerleysporting.co.uk. Thank you, Michaelka, and thank you, Paul, for looking after her. Now, from a hot chick to a cold turkey, it's David with the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. The European Commission has decided we need a firearm ban. They can't tell the difference between this kind of shoot and this. So the Commissioners plan to amend the firearms directive to burden national police forces and legal gun owners. They believe that if they stop pheasant shooting, they will halt ISIS in its tracks. There's a lot of lobbying you can do. One is to go to bit.ly/gun ban petition, which is on 75,000 signatures and rising. And if you're in the mood to sign petitions, the British government is planning to ban lead shot. If you disagree with that, go to bit.ly/lead shot petition. Thanks to everyone who sent in those two links. Australian shooters have stopped a gun ban in its tracks. The federal government attempted to force the state to have lever-action shotguns reclassified under a more restrictive firearms category. This would have resulted in them being banned from regular licensed firearm owners and yet another mass confiscation, this time without compensation. Thanks to Michael Hurtado for sending in the story. The USA and Canada are preparing for a record duck shooting season, which opens on the 26th of November, Thanksgiving Day. Duck migrate across the continent and their migration routes are tracked by organisations such as Ducks Unlimited. This year sees the highest duck count ever at 49,522,000, with 11,643,000 mallard, just over 4 million green-winged teal and 3,834,000 gadwall. Imagine Nicola Sturgeon's luck. Just weeks after the SNP tore up rules on interfering in English affairs by ordering its MPs to oppose changes to the hunting ban, anti-hunting group the Political Animal Lobby Limited donated £10,000 to the Nationalists. Political Animal Lobby Limited also dated £1.1 million to the Labour Party before the 1997 general election. Amazing coincidence. Country Coats to Syria is making its first shipment. With the Syrian winter around the corner, hunts, shoots and farmers across the southwest have donated spare coats to refugees in what is a pilot project for a national campaign. For more, search for #CountryCoatsToSyria. A major new documentary against canned line hunting funded by aunties turns out to have been faked. A South African wild animal rehabilitation and sanctuary centre has taken the film's producers, Regulus Vision, to court. It's claimed the doco has tarnished its reputation by falsely implicating it in the canned line hunting trade. Zanchetta Wild Cat Farm, where much of the film Bloodline was made, says it has no connection with hunting. And finally, in a world where everyone's got a camera to stick in your face, one buck has found a way of getting back at them. Bless you. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David. Now, a question that should keep all right-thinking sportsmen and women awake at night. Which flies more like a snipe, Ritz Crackers or Jacob's Cheddars?
Alright? Yep. This is more fun than the clay trap, isn't it? Going long, Fred. Yeah, got him. I am the cracker trapper. What I tend to do with people that are new to the cracker job is I break them in on a few cheddars, and then once they're feeling cocky I catch them out with the old Ritz, because they are much smaller and they do tend to fly with much more velocity through the air. As well, are you?
It's fun. It's not exactly the same thing, but yeah, it's good fun. It just gets your eye in. So you don't have to put as much lead on it as you would a pheasant or a pigeon.
But it's smaller and cheesier.
Yeah.
Probably the cheddars are the woodcock of this world, and these are more snipe-like.
It's good because you can eat and shoot.
Good shot, well done. You're slightly left and above. That was a good shot.
You take your Ritz Cracker, you place inside, and you best thing to do is flick it up in the air. Bang! And provides food for the pheasants.
It's a little bit of accuracy with the bowling arm, and not too sure where it's going to go when the wind gets it. So yeah, very challenging for not only the cracker trapper, but the cracker shooter.
eating and shooting combines the best parts of game shooting and clay shooting, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you like your clay pigeon to be made out of, ideally?
Pizzas.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, Ashley, for trapping. Now, from salty biscuits to the importance of salt in your diet when you're in wild places. From the mountains of Kyrgyzstan, Rob Gearing continues his series on what gear to pack.
Something that a lot of people don't take that they should do, or they take for the wrong reason, is salt. Now, most of us live involved in a lot of processed food at home. You will not get enough salt when you're in the mountains. You're sweating a lot, right? You're not drinking enough. And this is one thing that you will lose a lot of. I can't recommend it more highly, guys, but make sure you've got plenty of that stuff to keep with you, right? Even put it in your water, a little bit each day. Don't go overboard in the water, but make sure you've got plenty of that when you eat. Because if you're not eating processed food, as we haven't been eating processed food, that's a key essential element, and if you don't get enough of it, you're going to start feeling it. So thoroughly recommend a bit of salt, guys. It's very easy to keep.
I remember Berber hillmen telling me never to drink water neat, always put something in it, even if it's sand or whiskey. Now, from the mountains of Tian Shan to the wider world of hunting and shooting on YouTube, it is Hunting YouTube. This is Hunting YouTube, which aims to show the best hunting and shooting videos that YouTube has to offer. Who says the 1.7 HMR is useless over 100 yards? Viewer Johnny Elsmore sends in Long Range Rimfire Shooting Episode 2, how to make a 221-yard 1.7 HMR headshot. This is the second in a video series which covers using the iPhone ballistic calculator, the iStrellic. Rune Jensen is back on YouTube. He is after road does in Norway with, I do believe, a double rifle. Wilt Jaeger Ricky Mills is in Slovenia with his friends Mina Fernandez and Cynthia Sutherland. Find out how 2 years of hunting culminates in one shot on a 3-year-old chamois. Willfish247 is shooting snipe just ahead of the first cold front of the season. Not enough duck in the area yet, but he prefers snipe, as does Bella the dog, who is picking up. These guys do have duck. This is the opening day duck hunt in Kansas featuring Maliwaka Outfitters. On the command, kill them. Everybody stands up and starts blazing. With the buck season underway, US hunting TV shows have suddenly got more interesting for the rest of us. One of the best is growingdeer.tv. In this episode, they are deer hunting over the youth hunting weekend. Not quite as sinister as it sounds, and end up with a nice Ozark buck. Good old Stuck in the Rut turns a road movie into a drive-by in this film. I'm sure it's more complicated than they make it look, but basically in the US you make a noise like General Melchett, moo, and deer stand still for you. And finally, William Larkham Jr. is in Woodland Caribou Area 76 on Newfoundland, where his wife shoots her first caribou. Lots of meat and a rug for winter. That's it for this week. If you have a YouTube film you would like us to pop into the weekly top 8, send it in via YouTube or email me the link, charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv. Well, if you didn't like those, how about this? It's Airheads and we're off to a pig farm that's overrun with rats for a night vision airgun test with our creature of the night, Darren Rogers. Plus, HFT Master Roger Late compares airgun pellets with bullets to show which is more effective. There is hot air news with details of how to win a tour of the Air Arms factory, and Air Streaming rounds up the best air gunning videos on YouTube. It's also Schools Challenge Week, and this week we are at the final of the winter series. It's cold, it's windy, and it's bright. Tough conditions for kids to get the hang of shooting in competition. Watch them suffer. Click on the link on the screen. And you can also click on the card that should have appeared on the screen to take you to our website, where you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, or pop your email address into our constant contact box and we'll constantly contact you about this show. It's called Fieldsports Britain. It's out 7 PM UK time every Wednesday. And this has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.